Our next speaker will be giving a profound speech inspired from the late Steve Jobs. He will show you how the past events in his own life cultivated into the individual he is today by connecting the dots. Here is Ricardo Vasquez with Connecting the Dots.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, many people ask me the question, Ricardo, where do you get your motivation? Where do you get your energy? Why do you do the things you do? Why do you wake up so early and come to Toastmasters? You're 20, why are you doing this? Well, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, today I'm going to reveal the answer to that question. And I'm going to reveal it by connecting the dots, or the past events in my life, so that you can see how this picture has been painted that you see in front of you. The first moment where the first dot was drawn was also my biggest fall. And I've got to warn you, this next part is a little dark. During my last year of high school, I tripped, fell, and crashed from girl troubles. Very typical, yes. Very typical.
Feminist girl problem. I know.
And that led to a lot of depressing thinking. And it also led to an ambulance ride to the Central Florida Behavioral Hospital, where I stayed there for a week, among the schizophrenic and the mentally insane. Now this wasn't a daycare. I was not coddled. It was serious work. And I met someone who changed my life there, my psychologist, who we'll call Wilfred. I vented to Wilfred for hours. And he replied with a quote from the Rocky movies. It goes something like this. Ricardo, the world ain't all about sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life did. But it ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's about taking the hits and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. When I heard this, I was very stunned. Because I realized that the troubles I was facing were just challenges to reach the next level. Just challenges, obstacles that I had to overcome. And that's the way I saw it. And from then on, I kindled the flame of my ambition that had been burning ever since. The second dot followed about a year later, when I suddenly got all this free time out of nowhere. Why did I get all this free time? Well, I spontaneously broke up with my high school sweetheart. That opened up a lot of time. So I took advantage of that time by learning new subjects, brushing up on my Japanese. Watashi wa namae wa Ricardo Vasquez desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Introduction in Japanese. And I also learned a few new subjects. I learned that people online make a living by pressing a buy and sell button. What? Are you serious? People sit in front of their computers and they press a buy and sell button and they make a lot of money that way. I was like, I'm a smart guy. I could probably do this too. 20 sleepless hours later, I was developing my own trading strategy and finding ways to fund my own account so I can trade stocks online. It became a passion. And today, it still is my passion. I wake up for 9:30, the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. I live for that moment. It is my passion. And looking back, I think my spontaneity. Now, the last dot that I connect really spurred an amazing chain of events. And it started when I turned 20. I was so passionate about financial markets but I had no friends to talk about with. And I had no entourage, I had nothing. So I discovered this place called meetup.com. And I joined a multitude of groups trying to find my place. And on my list, Toastmasters, the Altima Articulators, Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. For a 20-year-old college student, that's asking a lot. But I said, hey, let's do this. So I went out to find this first watch. And I couldn't find it. I was stuck in traffic. And I kept thinking to myself, man, they're gonna think so bad of me. I'm gonna be so late. What am I gonna do? Should I give up? Should I go home? But then this voice, this ambitious, successful self inside of me told me, don't give up. Do it. Go. And I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have developed my abilities that I have now. I wouldn't have met all of you. I wouldn't have talked to Thomas Blake, who motivated me to join this club on campus called Alpha, which is a group of Hispanic professional and students in finance and accounting. And when I joined that club, I met a multitude of contacts who are now mentoring me and inspiring me and giving me ideas. And it all resulted in this snowball effect where my dream of being an entrepreneur is now taking place in motion. And it all started by connecting all those dots together, one by one. And when you look back, you can see everything. And Steve Jobs said that you can't connect the dots looking forward in life. You can only connect them looking backwards. And that's what made him who he is today. And that's who is making me today. So I'm going to leave you with this question. How have the dots in your life connected? Mr. Toastmaster, thank you.